Okay, so good morning, all of you. So let me share my screen. So any queries on Ansible from anyone? Okay. So can anyone please confirm from online I'm audible? Yeah, thanks. Okay, Ansible project. So already we discussed CloudWatch agent project, right? So usually in real time, that kind of tasks only we are going to perform. Okay, these kind of projects, just for your reference only I'm explaining, but in real time, no projects we are going to deploy by Ansible, like configurations, installations, logs, security patchings. These and all only we have to take care by Ansible, but no project will deploy end to end by using Ansible. Okay, yeah. So yeah, my end already see roles are available created. So I have created a role. This is, okay, let me delete this file. Yeah. So already we know, right? This is a role. This is AML file to call this role, right? Already we discussed in the last class. Once you create a role, project will be created. The project insert the record files you can copy paste, and you can create one AML file to call that role. So in this role, so my and multiple tasks are there. First task is backend, front end, and common and git clone. Common represents the file, common represent the packages are for backend and front end. And git clone is just to clone a things. So here my playbook.yaml is to call a multiple roles. First role is common role, second role is git clone, third role is front end, fourth role is backend. Okay, so your YAML file is going to call these many roles, but in between we have a variables. These variables I'm calling in the each and every task. For example, here, yeah, my variable backend inside username, RDS host, password, RDS port, like that is there. But where we are defining these, common dot tasks. Common tasks inside, I'm defining a, sorry, yeah, let's go to back. Yeah, so if you can see playbook.yaml, here I'm defining a variables. From where I'm calling, okay, let me show you for better clarity. Okay, this is my main YAML file. Okay, this main YAML file is calling your, tasks, front and back end and all. So here, my and how many roles are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 roles. Each role call and run by applying these variables. For example, let's take a common role. Yeah, common role is for what? Copy. Common role is for what here? I'm installing the required packages before. For example, the agent of the project is to Docker build and Docker run. Okay, by using Ansible. Docker build. So first, if you want to build a Docker, your and Docker should be run, right? So I'm installing Docker required packages, including Docker in common. So here main role is what? Front end and back end to deploy image, to build a Docker file, to deploy image, to run a image. And back end also to deploy a Docker, to build a Docker file, to run a image. So front end back end is same. But common is for what? To perform this task, first your and Git and Docker has to be installed, right? I'm installing Docker. Next, Git clone role is for what? To clone the Git. So here, Git clone repo destination force S. So repo URL, I'm calling into common. Now you can see, sorry, not common, playbook.ml. See here, calling this variable, I mean, this repo is here, calling this variable, and I'm going to deploy into front end and back end. This is the process. Now, if you can see back end inside, yeah, first is Docker image. This is Docker image. I'm going to build a Docker image by calling a Docker file. So Docker file situated into where? Backend directory inside. And this is the image name, what I'm going to do. I mean, this variable already I declared into here somewhere. Yeah, backend image, front end image, the names. So here everything is variabilized. Whenever I can, you can see in the YAML file, these variables are, you can find out into main.yaml file. Okay. Yeah. Now let's go to a front end first so that we can understand clearly. Yeah. So my front end, I'm going to build a Docker and run a image to create a container. This block is to build a image. This block is to start a container. So here, how many tasks are there? Two tasks. Task one is to build image. Task two is to start container. So build image. So Docker image. So build, I'm giving, this is the path. Where exactly your Docker file is there. In general, Docker build command is what? Docker build -t dot. That indicates current directory. But my Docker file is not located into exactly my not current directory. It's into the path client directory inside. So that's what I'm giving a client directory. Okay. Next. Same. Docker run front end container. I'm running now. So Docker container name front end state is what? Started. In the module started, right? Started on this port 8180. So image name already front end image, right? I'm giving name. So I'm running a image. Docker front end image started. So if you need a clarification, let's go and explain here. Yeah. You can see here a breakdown of tasks. First, Docker build a Docker image using Docker file located into this path. Okay. So front end image should be variable as defining. So I'm already defined the variable, right? Yeah. Next is what? I'm going to run a container on 81 port. Okay. Same backend also. Yeah, let's go to backend. Backend also. Yeah. So first backend also what here? Build a image, run a image, but backend should connect to database, right? I'm giving env variables. Same like Docker Compose time also I have explained, right? Front and back end will communicate to RDS, same concept. Okay. But front and back end communication, we have to give a node path. So once you build, for example, let's create a now. Yeah, my and Ansible only there, right? What I'm going to do, I'm going to create a node one. you can take T2 micro also fine, working fine. It's a Docker only, right? Let me take a T2 micro. Okay, now I'm taking so okay. My end already Ansible node is ready. So I'm taking node 1. So first go to Ansible node and connect here. cd.ssh cat idrsa dot public key okay. Yeah, so node 1 is excuse me. So let's ping now SSH node 1. Can take private or public. Copy. Connected. Exit. Clear? Okay. So again, let's go to here. So first, I'm going to build this process through Docker. My Ansible is going to deploy on Docker. Okay. So let's go to paint here. Yeah. Docker container. This is Docker container. That means source code is here. Next is what? Docker build, Docker run. Okay. From the source code, we have to build a Docker file. I mean, Docker file already ready, right? When you build a Docker file, image will create, run image, container will create. This process end to end taken care by Ansible. Okay. So Ansible and required a Docker first, right or not? Why Ansible is going to perform on the node? My end is only one instance is only there. On that instance, Ansible is going to be deployed. In that case, your Ansible first install a Docker on your node. Otherwise, Docker run command not work, right? So in that case, here common is there, right? Common indicates roles here. We can take a required packages. So my end, I'm going to work with Docker and Git, right? So Git and Docker. Git has to be clone the repository and run a Docker. So item with item. So loop I have given, or you can give with item also here, or loop also, no problem. So now after that, start Docker. Git no need to enable, right? Git once install is done. That's what the common is here. Our next process is what? Git clone. I'm going to run a git clone command to clone the repository into where destination path is what? App path. That's what in the Docker build every day, every time. So let me show you. Remember this destination path. Once you go here, your destination path inside your git will be cloned, right? App path. That's what here everywhere we are giving app path. Clear? Here only Git will be cloned. So inside app path, this client will be there. Inside app path, backend will be there. Understand now? So why app path is coming? The Git clone, you are going to clone your repository into this destination path. If you change anything here, or you can you just simply give root also, forward slash also, no problem. If you give forward slash, here you no need to mention every time front end or back end. Every time you no need to mention a app path. Directly path client you can give. Okay. So here you are going to clone your GitHub repo. So here go to client. Here go to backend like that. Clear now? So yeah, I'm going to show you here total 4 roles. One role is for install required dependencies. One role is for clone the repository. One role is for deploy a front-end image and run a front-end image. One role is for deploy back-end image and run a back-end image to container. Clear now? Yeah. So back-end port is running what? 84. Front-end port is, I have given 81. You can give anything, no problem. But destination port should be 80. Target port should be 80. Okay. Now in this case, yeah, in this case, if I start the process, this all actions will be performed into where? Target node only, right? Okay. Let's go and now Ansible. Let's clone the repository. I'm going to clone this repository Ansible 3 deployment, not this. Yeah, I'm going to clone this repository, not project repository. Project repository is included into Ansible operations. Okay, this will be cloned automatically inside the Ansible Git clone role. Okay, where I have defined this, you can see here in the common playbook.yaml. Sorry, I have defined into my repo URL. Clear na? Yeah. Okay, so here let's give a something name here. The reason inside root already my repository clone, it may give an error already exist a repository. So it will be app path will be root inside where I'm giving. It will take like that. The name. Variable this is. App path means just variable. Okay. Let's see now. So already clone my ls cd ansible. Okay. Before start to the process, what you need to do? Create RDS. Okay. And my end already RDS created, database created. It's running. And already I have executed a test.sql script before to access existing records. Okay. Now these credentials, database name, username, endpoint, password, I need to change it into where? Roles. Yeah. Main.yaml, vi playbook.yaml. So here you need to change database, admin, password, and all. Clear? This is the process. Okay. So which YAML file I need to run? This YAML file only. This YAML file is calling all roles and giving variables from this YAML to these roles. Clear? Okay. Ansible. Okay. ls vi etc ansible hosts. copy. Clear? Would not be found. Yeah, see, Galaxy command also you can use or you can create manually. No matter. Why this error is coming? Ansible playbook. Sorry, outside of this. Okay. So install required first role is working. First role is what? Install required packages. Second role is git clone. Third role is deploy frontend. Fourth role is deploy backend and connect to database. So you know the process. First create RDS before this. Backend will communicate RDS, right? Create RDS and run a test.sql script. If it is a public, you can directly connect SQL Workbench. If it is a private, create a one bash node server and connect to database and run this backend.sql script. Test.sql. Yeah. So Docker installation done. Now Docker is going to start. Docker starting done. Cloning Git repository also done. Now deploying a image. Similarly like a Jenkins. Yeah, front end image build now. So you can see after that we can see in the nodes path is created via root via here only everything is going to be performed. You can check whether git clone is done or not. See, git clone is done, right? Now you can check Docker images also. Yeah, images deployed 18 seconds ago, 43 seconds ago. You can find out even Docker ps command, both are running. Okay, clear? How to access now? Front end port, right? Front end port, we have to give and access. But here there is some mistake. Mistake has happened here. The mistake is very clear. The source code inside, this is the source code. Even, okay, let me access. How to access node or Ansible node? Node, right? Deployed into node, right? Node. And port number is what? 81, right? Front end I have given 81, back end is 84. Yeah. The problem is I'm unable to connect backend, right? The problem is this is the code what I have cloned, right? Here I need to define pages inside config.js inside. Here I need to define my node backend communication. This is missing here, right? So let's go to add a node, copy into source code. So 84 is a backend. So front end will communicate on backend. Same node inside only deployed, right? Commit changes. Clear? This is the process. How to work. You can add a record. You know the process, right? How to add a record. So first we have to do this. Then only it will work. Clear? How to do this? So first we have to build a Docker image. The process, everything is here only. Everything is here only. Okay. But mostly the Ansible, here this process we prefer only Jenkins only. End-to-end process. Ansible is, most of the cases Ansible we are using for only server level, instances level configurations, patchings, updates and all. Clear? For example, I want to create a one user by giving a permissions. One project, one new employee has joined. I want to give all servers access to user. All servers access to user means Ansible already connected to all nodes. So by using Ansible, you can create a user. The user will be created into all users. Clear? No disadvantages. See, Jenkins, we can see a great UI, user interface and all, dashboard and all, but Ansible is only to connect a multiple nodes and do the post actions. Like a Jenkins also master and slave concept is there, but that is slight different. Okay? And you can do one more thing also. Without Docker also you can do it. Understand? Without Docker also you can do it. For example, what I'm trying to say, without Docker, how to do? The notepad nodes is there, right? Notepad nodes. Let me show you. Wait. So if you can go file section. Mm, yeah. For example, this is front end process, right? Manual process. These process also you can do through Ansible without Docker, I'm saying. So we already deployed a project on directly EC2 or on Docker, right? So without Docker also we can create your project on your server. Clear or not? In that case, these packages you need to do by handling Ansible. Clear? Yeah. For example, let's take this and you can ask ChatGPT to that. Give Ansible playbook. Clear now? These steps, whatever you have installed manually, you can do through Ansible also. Okay. So if you run this playbook.ml, yeah, if you run this playbook.ml, server inside all packages will be installed. Clear? So in this case, what you need to do, my end two servers are there. One is front end, one is back end. How to handle this will be installed into all servers, right? But I want to install only front end. What we can do? Ansible will connect to front end only, deploy front end packages. Ansible will connect to back end only, deploy back end packages. What we can do? Hmm? Groups. Clear? Inventory file inside, you can create a front end group, back end group. Ansible playbook apply, front end group. Ansible playbook apply, back end group. So front end package is deploy into front end group, back end package is deploy into back end group. Clear? But here server is only one, right? That's what I'm saying here. Ansible is not referred for single server activities. The same activity, if you want to build on 10 servers, 20 servers, then Ansible is preferred. Clear what I'm trying to say? Yeah. But we are not going to deploy this project into 20 servers, right? That is auto scaling will take care. So we can deploy into single server only. Next, we'll create a AMI and from that auto scaling will create. That's what Ansible is not preferred to deploy any projects. Only activities, post activities, any multiple servers are there. At the time only we prefer Ansible. Clear everyone now? Any questions from anyone? Yeah, this is Ansible story. So you can practice. Clear everyone? Okay, let's create a one Jenkins server. So yeah, let me delete all the servers. Clear, right? Ansible is clear, right? Okay. Okay. So let me install Jenkins. Okay, let's. Okay, I have already shared the pipeline to you, right? Front and back end deployment pipeline. So Kubernetes clear, right, everyone? Please practice. Kubernetes is very important. Okay, now you can add here. Hmm. Let's. So my end, anything required except Google Cloud? Anything you want to learn from me? Okay, let's go to plugins. So if you're interested, please give your names for mock interviews. Nothing wrong if you know only single question also. If you ask 10 questions, if you know only single question also, nothing wrong. Just you can understand. Okay. The interest is required. At this time, I need to revise. I need 1 month time. If you think like that, after 1 month, you may not interest to give any mock interviews. So if you are interested, so yeah, just share into Telegram group only. Name interested for mock interviews. Online also I'll take. Shell script they will ask. See, we have a two scripting knowledge, languages in the market, Python or Shell script. Okay, Shell script is a old one. Now Python scripting is a new one. So you already learned Python scripting, right? So you can say that Python scripting only we know. Shell scripting, nothing wrong. If you need to take shell scripting also, I'll take it. I don't have any problem. But shell scripting is compared to shell scripting only work inside the server only kind of we have activities. But Python scripting, by using the Python scripting, the Boto 3, you can control any resource in AWS. Clear? Okay, so let's EKS. What happened here? 21 sessions we have conducted. You're asking what is EKS now? It's okay. Let's go to ECR. Let me create ECR. Create a repository. I'm creating a repository. Front end. Tuesday onwards, we can start GCP. Not Monday, Tuesday onwards. Hmm. If you are okay, I will take same timings, or you want to learn any new concepts or mock interviews in this time, or if you okay to attend 10:30 a.m. so we can use 9 a.m. time for doubts clearance or any mock interviews, kind of your wish. Or we are good, we can you can take directly as usual GCP classes same times also. I will take it. So think. Yeah, same timing. Okay, then fine. But not only okay, let me just give a poll in the group. Let me decide. Okay, someone can give a poll, then decide. If 10:30 means 9 a.m. also session will be there. 9 a.m. sessions, doubt clearance, any different projects like that. Just completely your wish. So can someone can after this class or evening just keep a poll so that we can understand. Okay, guys. Yeah, apply save. So if I run this pipeline, image will be deployed into where? Same server, right? Jenkins. Let's run. Oh, Git has to be installed, right? So sometimes it's time to get a job. So please don't give up. Once again, I'm saying some cases, 1 year also, 1 year also. Whatever you learn. So if you drop now, after 2 months, 3 months, everything is going to waste. Patience is required. My suggestion is, if you want to learn a new topic, yes, definitely I'll give you suggestions. But first, clear about my topics. Whatever I discuss, 100% I'm very clear. Whatever we discuss 6 months, definitely 6 months is done. In these 6 months, whatever we discuss, if you are clear first 6 months, only go for new topic. Don't blindly go new topic without what are topics we discuss here. These are the very important one what I have discussed. I'm very clear your topics, whatever you discuss, Veera. Then ping me like that. I will suggest next what you need to do. Yeah. Docker also fail, definitely Docker command not found. So what I need to do here? Install Docker. Okay. So you can run this command also. Docker.sock means we are giving Docker permissions to Jenkins. Okay. Okay. Systemctl start Docker. Let's go to Jenkins again, rerun. We have shared a document end-to-end project. You can please go through that if you want to configure Sonar Cube, Trivy and all, everything is there. So Docker is going to build a image now. So everyone complete this task today. What I'm going to trying to show you here. So when we run a CA job, the CA job will end at push image into ECR only, right? Next CD job will start from Argo CD. But in between CA and CD, there is a manual step is required. The manual step is what? Update YAML file, right? Update YAML file in manual step required. Push image ECR is fail. Okay. What is the issue? IAM role, right? So IAM role is missing. And IAM roles are there. Mhm. Let's ah, ah. Okay. So role has attached. Now you can run again. Okay, clear now? So push this image. Next, what you need to do, if your already cluster is running, the cluster, if you want to configure the Argo CD, if you already installed, so Argo CD, we have to give what? For example, my Argo CD, if I'm giving a path, yes, and one more thing, if you want to talk to me regarding what next, how to prepare interviews and all, first send your project output with your account ID, then only you can talk to me. Unnecessarily, don't waste my time. Okay, how to prepare and all. Give me real challenges, real test cases, give me interview questions. I'll definitely give support. First, given task, complete it. Then ask. If you complete the given task, 90% solutions there only. Your questions. That's what. If you need a multiple projects also, we already shared, right? Yeah. Not today project, end-to-end project. So in previously already we discussed the project, right? But previously, what we miss here, Kubernetes files we need to update manually, right? This we need to update manually, then Argo CD will deploy into the Kubernetes cluster. But now let's assume my end Argo CD is already running, Kubernetes is already running. So this is deployed. Okay, deployed. Now my source code changes will come. My source code changes will come. Docker again build, again run, again push new image, right? Next, what you need to do? That new image you need to replace here, right? Manually. So this concept, how to, overcome automatically. So this Jenkins pipeline, next task is what here? If I'm going to update the next task, Jenkins has to update a YAML file. In the case, my Jenkins, after push image, complete. GitHub YAML files, CD will automatically run. Clear the right? Yeah. So now see here. If I add one more stage, the stage is, if I add one more stage, the stage is what? Deploy. Sorry, not here. Push easier image here. Yeah, here stage. Okay. Here is what? Update Kubernetes YAML files. Clear now? If this Jenkins is able to update a Kubernetes YAML file, automatically Argo CD sync with your Kubernetes YAML file, right? So end-to-end process, end-to-end automation, no manual step. If you do any changes into the GitHub level, automatically update into the Kubernetes level. Clear? Yeah. So this YAML file, how Jenkins will update my image into Kubernetes YAML file. Here we have to focus. Okay. Let's go to here. Yeah. See here. This is the step what we need to follow here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, yeah. Copy. Okay. So let's understand Control A, Control C. Now go to Notepad. Control E. So till here we are done right already. So we are going to focus this one. Kubernetes YAML files need to update. Yeah. Steps are, first step is what? Directory Kubernetes file. Inside my repository, which directory? This directory, right or not? So your Jenkins clone entire project, but your Jenkins has to update Kubernetes files only, not everything, right? In that case, if Jenkins want to update YAML files, Jenkins has to go inside the Kubernetes file directory, right or not? Yeah. Next process. Now credentials are required or not? Credentials required or not? I mean, Jenkins, see, understand the thing, what I'm going to explain. Focus here. I'm here now. I want to update one YAML file and push into GitHub. Manual process. In this case, first, if I want to push my changes into my GitHub, first I need a access, right? SSH or PAT token, personal access token, or anything to push anything. So, for example, if I modify changes, after that what? Git add, git commit, git push. These commands need to run or not? This process Jenkins is doing behalf of you, right or not? First, Jenkins clone the repository. For example, let me show you. Git clone. So Jenkins already cloned this repository, right? Stage one. What? Okay, let's wait. Paste. Okay. ls cd. Yeah. Now Jenkins is here. For example, now Jenkins, what Jenkins has to do? Update this YAML file. In this case, first switch to Kubernetes. That means this is the first step. Switch to. Clear? Next is what? Jenkins will open backend or whatever, which YAML file you want to update. Let's see here. Open. I'll explain these commands also. Wait. Okay. Open this YAML file. Okay. After modification is done, I have opened and done changes. Next, what I need to do? Git add, git commit, git push. So these changes will update into GitHub repository. Behalf of you, Jenkins will do, right? That's what? Git add, git commit, git push. Clear now? Why Jenkins will do? Jenkins already clone your repository. And Jenkins has to be update and push the changes into remote repository. Clear now? Yeah, here the thing is, we have a Linux sed command is there, scd command. This sed command, how it will work now, if you define like this, it will go to your repository, ECR repository, and take the image from there and update into your YAML file. Clear what I'm trying to say? So this will call sed command in Linux. If you give source and destination two files, na, source information, it will call a specific string and update into target. This is sed command, how it will work. Source is what here? My ECR repository. Destination is what? My front end deploy service.yaml. This is the main line, how it will work. Clear? Okay. Yeah. Now see why these two are required. First time Jenkins is doing a git push process, right? We have to give Jenkins inside configure this and all. Otherwise, that means Jenkins is going to push the changes. Once you push the changes, you can see there inside, right? Who can operate this Cloud Tech DevOps? Who can do the changes Cloud Tech DevOps? So otherwise, you can see a default username something, but the perform whatever the actions I'm going to perform on my name only, right? That's what in the pipeline inside I'm giving this username, this mail ID. That means now all updates going through this username, this mail ID only. Even first time if you are working with Git, once you give your email ID, once you push your changes and remote repository inside you are able to see your name, right? Who is going to be changes, you can see. Now this activity also go through my name only. That's what I have given this. Clear now? Okay. And here one thing, the additional thing is what? Build number. Here I'm giving a build number concept. This build number will give a sequence order of the number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every push time, one number will incrementally increase. I mean, for example, ECR repository name latest is there, right? Latest Instead of latest 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that it will increase. Latest tag is there now. For example, what will happen if you push 2, 3 times? Jenkins not update image. It will keep same image only, but Jenkins will image already exist and it will be exit from there only. But image already exist. But image content, Jenkins don't know this content is updated and or not, right? So this is the problem. So what we are going to do, we are adding a build number concept in your easier ending. So which version it is or which number it is, it automatically increase every runtime. One new ID will be created to avoid a conflicts with existing image. Clear? Yeah. Okay, all are good, but the thing is here very clear. You can create a GitHub token and give a variable. Okay, this variable is what Git token I'm using, but variable of what? This is the pad token. I mean, what I'm trying to say, let's go to a settings. Let's go to a settings, developer settings, create a personal access token first. Okay. Yeah, create a token. Note you can give any name. So here I'm giving which name, you can give same name also. Copy. So you can give any permissions. You can give something related, any permissions. Generate a token, right? This token you need to configure inside the Jenkins. Okay. How to configure? Credentials. Clear? Yeah. So let's go to here. Yeah. You can, this Git token is there, right? You can configure this token into your Jenkins credentials and variabilize to Git token. If you call Git token, that means you can call this value. Okay. In that case, let's go to the Jenkins. You can save this. We can modify anyway. Go to manage Jenkins. Go to credentials, click on system, click on this, add a credentials. So which one I need to select? Secret text is fine. Secret is what here? Copy this one. Clear now? ID you can give a pipeline, whatever I'm using. Copy. Clear now? Create. So if I call this means I'm calling a token key. In my pipeline, I have given this is also variabilized. If you call Git token, this is variable of this one, this value you can call. So Git push time I'm using Git token, right? Without Git token, you are unable to push, right? So Git token, you know the method, right? How to push with Git token. So first give a token and give the URL. You can. So this is the process how to configure. So excuse me. Yeah. So if I run, definitely I'll get some challenges here. The challenges are what here? Here I have hard coded everything. But here I'm calling a variabilize. Okay. So in this case, Control A, Control C. Today your job is apply say will now. Okay, brackets are missing. 36. Okay, let's go to the here. One, two, three, four. Push image. This is fine. Yeah, from here. Steps clear. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, close. Oh, this is also going. Apply save. Bill now. Again, issue is there. Line number 57. One, two, three, 2, 3. One more will come, huh? Okay. So definitely we will get some challenges here only. Okay, here only. So if you can go to ECR, always latest only there, right? So that's what, if you can check here, the logs. Okay, this is set command. Layer already exists. That means what? If you run multiple times, always Jenkins will give a push command. Layer already exists. Layer already exists means what? New image is not going to push. Always it will check, okay, latest already there, latest already there. So to overcome this, we need to add a build number. Clear now? In that case, okay. In that case, we have to do some changes here. So your task is to here today and tomorrow, Control A, Control C. I'm sharing this pipeline to you. Okay. You need to rectify the issue and able to push your new image into GitHub YAMLs always. When you push, you can see GitHub YAML inside updated image always. Rectify this issue and let me know if you are facing any challenges. Please don't attend Monday with blank faces again. How to do and all. I'm going to show a different project if you complete only. Otherwise, same process I will explain Monday. Okay, your wish. So, yeah, very easy process. The reason, yeah, no workshop, guys. You can practice tomorrow. Different workshops already there. Yeah. So for your reference, I'm giving here. Hello. Are chase the 2 minutes. Control C. I'm sharing this pipeline also to you. Take a reference from this pipeline. Same pipeline only. You can complete this one. But here pipeline is same. See, I have declared everything here. Variables. You need to do this part only. And now SonarQube you can ignore now. Quality checks you can ignore. Trivy you can ignore. You can focus 52 here only. So 52 here, push image already you know. But if you can see push image, I'm using variabilizing, not hard coding. That means you need to add this block first. This is not required. You need to add 7 to 13. If you're adding means what? Credentials of account ID means what? Credentials of account ID means what? You need to go here, configure, manage Jenkins. So credentials, click on system, click on here. Already GitHub token added, right? Credentials of account ID. Account ID also I don't want to hard code in my pipeline. What should I do here? Which process? Account ID. I want to add into the credentials. Which one I need to select here? Secret text, right or not? Yeah. So here you can give account ID, for example. So secret is what? You can give account number 052 something. Clear now? Now credentials of account ID. That means the as per the pipeline, the shared one. Yeah. Credentials of your given account ID. That means whatever name you are giving. Same lambda environmental variables are there, right? Same. Here you can give any name here. But this name is what? Which name you declared inside the Jenkins. Credentials of. Now, if I call AWS account ID in my pipeline, that means my account. Same repo name, same region, same repository URI also. Now, repository URI, see, AWS account ID, DKR, ECR, region, Amazon.com. This is what? ECR repository. Inside ECR repository, I don't want to hard code my ECR repository. Now see here. Yeah, I have a hard coded, right? This one. Copy. You can add into here. Yeah. So here region is there, account ID is there, everything is there, right? I don't want to hard code. That's what I'm calling like this. Now, if you can see, push ECR means copy, paste. You can compare here. You can understand everything. Clear now? So instead of giving a region hard coded, calling a default region, instead of giving a ID, calling a ID, but ID is not there, but repository URI enter is covered, this enter block. You can go and check repository URI. See, repository URI contains account ID, region, Amazon.com. Clear? Yeah. So by taking a reference of existing pipeline, you can make it your pipeline. So your job is to, when you run a pipeline, automatically YAML file should be updated. Clear?